Bonsu and Kweku Kobia have filed their nominations. Campaign team members and supporters were present at the party head office to observe the presentation. Kwabena Dufo, while filing his nomination, said he was committed to serving the party.
I commit myself to serving the LDC and Ghana from the Yoruba market. Not one time, for 4 years. But our record has been the best. How was it done? How was it done? We believed in God, and we prayed, and we knew how to manage. And everything we managed, and therefore made it. I want to assure you that the skills we used to manage the economy are still around. He has it, I have it.
You had NDC flag bearer hopeful Dr. Kwabena Dufo. Now we're joined in studio by my colleague Akosua Otri, who was at the NDC headquarters today to tell us more. Akosua, thank you for joining us. Now paint a picture of today's presentation to us.
All right. Thank you, Oma. So Dr. Kwabena Dufo indeed came to file his nomination. We know that last month he was supposed to be present at the headquarters to pick up the nomination, but wasn't able to do that. And so he had a delegation to do that on his behalf. But today he was present and he did that peacefully, if I should put it. He had a support base coming in from Kumewu, where he hails from in the Ashanti region, to represent as well. And also some members of the NDC and also from regional, constituencies also coming in to support him. We also had the former member of parliament for Ablekuma South, that's Fritz Bafo, also coming in to support him. We know that he has been, championing the cause for members of the NDC or supporters to come out to vote for Dr. Kwabena Dufo come May 13. And so that really was what happened. If I am to take you through what Dr. Kwabena Dufo has been saying, apart from the fact that he wants to fix the ailing economy, he also mentioned that he wants to make the party attractive. Now, remember that yesterday, former mayor of Kumasi, Kojo Bonsu, was there to file as well, and he indicated that he wanted to brand the party. Dr. Kwabena Dufo also said he wants to, kind of change the face of the party, make it more attractive to people. I don't really know what he means by that, but picking up what he was trying to say was to open it up for women within the party to have sort of a comfortability in the NDC to make them feel at home. And also he mentioned that he's going to restore the defunct NDC Heroes Fund. Now this was a fund that was initiated by the NDC administration, led by the late former president, that's Atta Mills. He initiated this to support or assist members of the NDC who are going through hard times. So he says he wants to revive this particular fund. And so a lot more of the supporters were in support of what he told them, and they are willing to vote for him come May 13. And also, if I'm to tell you what the elections committee have been saying regarding the filing of nominations, well, they have successfully closed the nominations, and they are hopeful that next week, from Tuesday to Friday, a vetting will begin for these flag bearer aspirants who have filed their nominations.
Well, thank you so much for that. That was my colleague Akosua Otri. Now we'll listen to the chairman of the NDC Elections Committee, Kakra Isamwa.
Filing or picking nomination forms online. We are here to process the number of that, out of that number that actually filed, and then we'll be able to give you some final figures. But so far, so good.
Tell us about the 27 that are on hold. What
conversations are still going on, and at the appropriate time, the National Executive will give directions as to how they will participate in this whole exercise.
Okay, so the directive to your sitting members of parliament?
They still stand.
They still stand?
Yes, up to the 31st of March. So you can see that soon after we finish this, Neil Lanti had to leave, because there are important matters in Parliament that he has to go and deal with. The other member of Parliament, who is a member of this committee, couldn't come at all because he's heavily involved in parliamentary duties.
Kakra Isamwa is the chairman of the NDC Elections Committee.
We'll stay with the NDC. A former member of parliament for Upper Menya Krobo, Jeff Tete Kavianu, has lashed out at both constituency and regional executives of the party in the Eastern region for frustrating his attempt to submit nomination forms. According to the former MP, several attempts made to submit his forms have proven futile as the constituency office has remained closed since Monday, with constituency executives failing to respond to calls. Jeff Tete Kavianu alleges that the move is a calculated attempt to allow the incumbent MP run unopposed.
I've been here since morning to submit my forms in the regional office. Unfortunately, the administrators are here, and I came to meet the first vice chairman in the person of Honorable Ransford Boachi. I met him here, he's here, and asked him that I have to submit, and he said he is going to call the regional secretary because he is in charge. And the regional secretary, unfortunately, the administrators are here to receive the form, and he instructed them not to receive the forms, that no form should be submitted in the region. And I am here to, announce my displeasure to what is happening in the region, and which I believe that national must come in to address this issue and make sure my forms are still here with me, which I want the form to be submitted because the people want me back. As a former MP, you go to the grounds, the people want Jeff back. And since they want Jeff back, I believe it is not democratic for constituency executives to lock the place and the regional office to also lock up their office against any person who is denied from the constituencies. And I'm here to, to address this so that the national chairman, the general secretary should come in, intervene, and making sure the right thing is done.
Jeff Tete Kavianu is a former member of parliament for Upper Menya Krobo in the Eastern region. Now, a governance expert, Dr. Frederick Ejaku Odro, has called on the Electoral Commission to implement the Political Parties Act to help cure some of the concerns raised about political party funding. The conversation about political party funding has been reignited following a statement on the issue by former President John Mahama, who wants a legal framework to govern the financing of political parties. Also, a former Auditor General, Daniel Domelevo, has also called for a cap on how much parties can spend on their campaigns. But in an interview with Citi News, Dr. Frederick Ejaku Odro said the law must be made to work.
The Electoral Commission has consistently failed to abide by our electoral laws. We do have a law, Political Parties Act 2000, Act 574. If you look at this, Section 13, it talks about declaration of assets and expenditure by political parties. And then Section 14 talks about declaration of assets, liabilities, and expenditure in relation to elections. And if you read all these provisions in the law, political parties are obliged to declare the sources of their funding and what they've used these monies for. But the Electoral Commission, over the years, they have failed to implement this. See, we do have laws that, if we were to implement, can help us curb the challenges we are talking about. But the EC has failed as a body over the years from 2000 that this law was passed up till today. They are not doing this. So if political parties are not declaring their assets, they are not showing how they've spent their money, they are not showing their liabilities and all that, then you can just guess what is going on. So few individuals are sponsoring political parties and politicians, and these people may be telling them what to do. So people may be getting huge tax exemptions because they have put people in office.
Dr. Frederick Ejaku Odro is a governance expert.
And that's how we end the Citi Prime News, which has been live on From our studios at Adabraka in Accra, the news was also live on all our partner stations across the country. In the Western region, we're on Premier 100.5 FM in Takoradi and Beach 105.5 FM also in Takoradi. In the Bono region, we're on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani. In the Ashanti region, we're on Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Eastern region, you're listening to us on Right 90.1 FM in Somanya. In the Volta region, we're on Holy 98.5 FM in Aflao. In the Northern region, we're on Dasuma 99.1 FM in Yendi. In the Upper East, we're on Word 88.3 FM in Zuarungu. And in the Upper West region, we're on Bogli Radio 88.6 FM in Wa. For more news, you can log on to our website, citinewsroom.com. I am Wilma Ubobi Sakoman, and this afternoon I was here with
Charles Ozukumi.
Many thanks for doing the listening. Up next is the afternoon's edition of the City Business News with Michael Obodu. Do have a great day.
City 97.3.